Yeah, I've had it. So. I know, we're gonna do that. Yeah, just with. There's not. Yeah, very, yeah, one of those, we did everything right. Sure, it's like, all right. Here's how I. All right, it's 5 o'clock, so I'll call this select board meeting to order. If you could, please rise, join me. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. You. I approve the minutes from February 10th. Entertain motion. So moved. John, you there? You want to second it?
I don't think I was at that meeting.
Okay, I'll second it. Any further discussion, corrections, additions? All those in favor? John abstaining?
Yeah,
Sue? Sue, aye. Jeff, aye. 2-0-1. Reports of the members, I do have one thing to report from the Househead Solid Waste Transfer Station. They are finalizing the budget for the transfer station tomorrow night. And we worked on it last week. And so for the third year in a row, there will be no change in what the transfer station charges each of the towns. So it's a flat budget. Not really a flat budget internally, but the external costs are going to be the same.
Good work.
Do you have anything else?
No.
John, did you have anything?
no,
Okay. Adjustments to the agenda. There are many because we got to be out of here before 6 o'clock. So we're going to do the select board old business, select board new business, just discussing the special town meeting warrant. And then if we have time, we're going to do the budget for social services, streetlights, planning board, assessor, recreation, and any other small ones that we can get to. But we're not going to do the big ones tonight because of the time. They've been rescheduled for tomorrow night and for Monday night. So under old business, discuss the treasurer position. Have two things to report on the treasurer's position. And so I would entertain a motion to reappoint Terry to the position of treasurer.
I make a motion that we reappoint Terry Baines to the position of treasurer.
I'll second that for discussion.
Oh, I have a discussion.
I know. So I also have a resignation letter from our current interim treasurer, Anna, who has been serving it for about a month now. Thank you. Appreciate you stepping aside, graceful. And any comments from our suggested appointee?
Yes, first of all, thank you, Hannah. You stood in when I stood down.
I knew you'd come back.
I resigned as treasurer on January 13th due to concerns regarding the misuse of funds at the Gilbert Butler Library and Community Center, and my belief that the matter was not being addressed in a timely fashion. At the February 10th select board meeting, Jeff explained the process the select board must use when dealing with a personnel issue. It's a private process. One result from this process can result in an employee being placed on administrative leave, and at any time in this process or investigation, the employee can resign. The select board accepted Penny Alley's resignation as the library community center director at the Gilbert Butler Center effective February 3rd. In addition, a new procedure has been implemented to safeguard library and community center revenues. Funds will now be counted by 2 volunteers and turned over directly to the town treasurer. This strengthens internal control, establishes clear oversight, reinforces financial accountability, and helps ensure that a situation like the prior one, in which revenue from the library and community center activities were not remitted to the town for 10 months, this will not occur again. I am willing to accept reappointment as treasurer for the town of South Thomaston if the board chooses to reappoint me, and it sounds like they want me to. I hope this helps dispel many of the extreme rumors circulating within the community. Thank you for your faith in me.
Thank you. And so to clean it up, I'll change my motion to accepting Hannah's resignation and reappointing Terry to the full-time treasurer position.
So moved.
Okay,
Second.
all right. Any further discussion, John?
is that effective immediately?
Effective immediately.
Okay.
Effective last week.
John, I.
Do I?
Jeff, I.
Yay,
Thank you.
Terry.
Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Terry.
Okay,
And
real,
Hannah.
real.
And Hannah.
And Hannah.
Oh, gosh, to step in.
Update on the library community center.
Beth?
We're working hard. We got a lot done. I did want to bring up, so I don't forget, I sent you what I want to take out of the donations for the 3 items. One is the floor, Lowe's order, and the, locksmith. Are we good with that?
If we got a total,
Yeah, we have a total of $2,479.69.
And those tables and mats for the floor.
so 2,500, no more than 2,500.
Yeah,
I would entertain a motion to authorize the expenditure of those funds.
So moved.
John, you want a second?
I'll second. I'd like to discuss.
Okay,
I
And it's
didn't hear
open for
where, I didn't hear where it was coming from.
donations.
from
Okay,
the,
Yeah,
donations.
yeah,
that
yeah.
The town currently has.
Yeah.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, John,
John, I.
Sue,
Sue, I.
Jeff, I. 3-0, it passes. Did you have anything else?
Yes, a clean up. No, but I would like, everyone to come by and take a peek, cause there's been some, elbow grease put in there, and it's really showing. I also left a flag for you to refold for me at the next Lions meeting. Would you do that?
Yes.
It's not done right, so,
Did you report out on the cleanup at all?
well, on the listserv. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yes. I sent that on the listserv, what we did in the basement part, but this main floor is really taken up. Overhaul, I think. People are starting to really notice. Yeah. Yeah, and some programs are being put in place, so.
And the library looks incredible.
And you have new hours, published new hours?
Yeah, we put some new hours up, not drastically different, but we added Tuesday. Cause we're there anyway, so,
So in general, what time do you open and what time do you close?
yeah, there's no general, so I initially had come up with a real easy system,
Yeah.
like 10 to 2, every day except for 2, and then 4 to 7, but it kind of got, nixed. So we stayed with, kind of odd hours in a way, but I have them here. If you want to. Can you remember,
Yeah.
Carol?
The library community center is open Monday 10 to 4, Tuesday 4 to 7, Wednesday 10 to 2. That one used to be 2 to 7. But we're primarily there because of lunch and other activities. Thursday is 2 to 7, Friday is 1 to 4, and Saturday is 10 to 2.
Yep.
So with the exception of one day change, I think Tuesday being really officially open. That's what I think you want to change it.
But on Wednesday, on Saturday, you actually have activities that start before 10.
There are,
Right.
yeah, so the ballet. We're talking, you wanna go, I'm sorry, I just keep typing these things in the website, so. Ballet. On Monday and Saturday starts at 9, and Tai Chi starts Wednesday at 9.
And all of this now is on the website.
Yeah,
And we have a new.
Viewable, and the calendar on the website too.
yes.
And a big-
And a hard copy.
Yeah, when you walk in,
And if
there's
you
a-
walk in the, yeah, there's calendar.
There's a big one when you walk in.
We're all quite excited because
Can you tell?
we did put our heads together and we really worked hard at, you know,
And then
making it something.
I will, with those help too. And we'll shift from our current website, which is on Squarespace, then shift everything over to what we will now have on the town's website. So under, I think it's town departments, there's the library, which will get changed to library community center. And then we'll put everything there so that it's now, we are a town organization. Squarespace is not a town website.
So it will be a one-stop.
And stop, so if you're looking for something about Thomaston, you're gonna go there. And click on the drop-down menu, find whatever department you're looking for, and then our information will be there.
Great,
Yeah, should be good.
good, busy couple of weeks.
No, not much sleep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
And you're coming tomorrow night to discuss your budget.
Yeah, is it a particular time or just,
We'll probably do you right at the beginning,
okay,
at 5 o'clock.
yeah, that'd be great.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I make a comment?
Sure.
I know that everybody's excited about what's been going on down at the school. However, I've had a number of complaints relayed to me about the way they were treated when they went into the library. One of the people went in to inquire about a book. And she was subjected to harassment. Questions which this person had no business asking. And she was harangued all the way down the hall and out the door. Other people have been attacked by this person flying off the handle. This person also accused the person that she followed up. She was told she was Team Penny when a question was asked. Now, this kind of behavior should not be going on in a community center where you want to feel welcoming and open. But you just cannot have this. And this has happened to many people, not just to one or two. And I don't know if it is the director's problem or if it is the advisory board's problem, but somebody needs to rein this in. And quickly before it implodes, would be the good word.
Yes, ma'am.
So, one thing is, you've been apprised of all of these actions. By email, I informed you of all of the events that have happened there. That was, Denise's daughter that came in. Val was there, Lynn was there, and I was there. It was quite a different experience for us. But we feel like, and we hope that we're getting past a lot of this opposition. You know more than Denise knows about some of the other actions that have happened. And so I hope you understand that this is a work in progress and, you know, there are naysayers, but we're working very hard and we're running a good facility.
Yes, ma'am.
This is not about naysayers. This
I think
is,
she,
I'm talking,
was talking to me.
yeah.
all right, go ahead.
I just wanna say that, it has been a work in progress and I have been there over the last couple of weeks since the clean out and, you know, doing truck roads and whatnot. And I've also been in the building several times when Beverly has been attacked. and she handled it so professionally. People coming in that were angry about the former director and really putting the blame on Terry and on Beverly for what happened. And I just feel like that Beverly really handled it professionally without causing a big scene. And it was unkind. I mean, people coming in looking for a fight over Penny. And there's no need of that. There's no need of that. And people being sent in. That's it.
Did you want to say something?
Well, there've been many very unpleasant situations. And I think the director has to step up more. Maybe she is doing wonderfully well. But I've been screamed at, I know other people have, I know one town resident went in and he was told that he couldn't come in there, he wasn't welcome. It's, there's a very hostile atmosphere going on.
Yes, it's in the eyes of the beholder, so everybody's gonna have their opinion. I'm talking right now, please. So everybody's got their own side of this, and if the two of you get together, there's gonna be squabbles.
This is not squabbles, this is being screamed at.
I was in there on Thursdays. Cause I take my mother to music and, Carol was screamed at by somebody that came in and called names.
Yeah, I think it's a lot going on.
But it was by somebody that was sent to do that and to get something. I'm not gonna argue with you about that.
So what
And I
I
just-
wanna say is, I am not trying to say one side or the other.
Okay.
I'm saying the atmosphere of screaming.
But with all of the things that they have been put through, which you're not privy to, that I am, that I've seen, that I've heard. I'm surprised that they've been able to hold it together as well as they have, because it's just daily things that should not be coming in there and should not be happening there. And they know that they should act professionally, but sometimes that's hard. Sometimes you reach a point where you just snap. And everybody will do their best to try to not do that, but, this other stuff has to stop as well. I'm not gonna name names, but, it just needs to stop.
Absolutely, I agree with you. And as a select board, you appointed an advisory committee.
Correct.
And an interim director.
Yes. But the advisory committee has not been called on for anything. So many changes going on.
Yes, the advisory committee was asked to make recommendations to the select board
Right,
to determine a way ahead for the library and the community center.
right. But it was set up as sort of a dictatorial committee, advisory committee, and we have not been called on to advise in any way.
What do you mean you have not been called on to advise?
I mean, there've been no meetings, no,
We have a meeting every couple weeks, or at least once a month,
once a
correct?
month, yeah. But all these changes have happened since the last meeting.
I thought you had one recently.
So I'm on the advisory committee, and at our last meeting, we discussed the big cleanup, which all of us, minus a couple, showed up for. I mean, that's what we talked about, that we were going to accomplish going forward with permission from the select board to do that. And we haven't had another meeting since.
Okay, so what everybody has to understand is that this is a public space.
Right.
And if you're going into the library/community center to participate in the activities there, you're more than welcome. But if you're going in there to pick a fight, you're not welcome. And that goes for both sides.
Absolutely.
So I think we need to drop this and put it behind us. I'm not gonna hear any more about it. So if you have actual complaints against town employees, you can make those in writing as is normal. But those will not be aired in the public domain, like it has never been, except for occasionally when somebody slips. But that's typically not how we do things here. So I will add to this, I would like to make a motion to authorize the acting chair to send a correspondence that was suggested by our attorney within the last couple of days. We have a second.
I'll second that.
Okay, any further discussion?
I'd like to make one comment if I may. I was at the post office today and I ran into 3 different people. We had a very civil conversation. And we all agreed that it should not be this whole issue because we came together as a community a year ago to save the building. And we all agreed that it's an issue about a service to the community. It's not about personalities. But the reality is that the building was in disarray. It was unhealthy. The library collection was completely unmanageable, and there were books in 3 different rooms, including the basement of the garage that had black mold. So I think the whole focus is that we're forgetting the fact this is a community service. It's something for the community. It has to be healthy, it has to be clean, it has to be well managed. And I think what we've learned during this process is one person cannot do it by themselves. And as we do move forward, I think the committee needs to work together for the good of the building and the good of the community, not for the good of individuals.
Well
And
said.
it's a service for the community.
Nice, good,
Well said.
I agree. All those in favor, John?
Well, remind me of the motion.
To authorize me to send the correspondence that our attorney recommended to us within the last couple of days.
I haven't seen that, so I'm gonna abstain.
Okay. Sue,
Sue, I.
Jeff, 2-0-1. Okay, thank you very much. Discuss health insurance buyouts.
I don't remember us discussing this prior, so why is that under old business?
Yeah, I don't know if it should have been under old, but we do probably need to do it. It's the personnel policy. It says that the select board will.
Can I ask how many people are eligible? I believe it's just Terry and Anna.
Not Hannah.
No,
Not Anna,
Just-
just Terry?
Terry.
Okay,
You're the only one.
and when do we, and what time of year do we typically do the approving?
Jeff, do we approve it every year?
Yeah, I think so. I just had a copy of the personnel. Let's see where you think.
Is it online? Oh,
It's in the personnel policy.
we need longer arms.
I think it's almost a ministerial action.
I agree it is. But it does say that the this. No, I thought it said that the select board it had to be presented to the select board.
Well, I think that was just to make sure they had alternative insurance.
Right, the documentation,
Yeah,
and to apply for it, I think, the first time. Shall provide proof of health insurance coverage under the alternative application. Yeah, so I don't see in here that it actually says the select board needs to do it. Just need to provide the documentation to the,
My buyout isn't because I have health insurance somewhere else. It's down a couple statements where I worked for too many years and so I think it's a family buyout, but I don't have, I don't have a family. You got me, I mean, yes.
I didn't hear that.
so Terry is indicating that there's another paragraph that addresses her situation.
Maybe it's not on that, it's at more than one page.
No, it should be in one page. It all stemmed
Oh.
because there was the part in there that if you work. I think it was over 5 years, the town would pay a percentage of a family premium. But if your spouse had insurance somewhere else, you got a buyout. And Phil was getting a significant buyout because of something Owen did. And I brought up that it wasn't really fair just because my spouse died, that I wasn't able to participate in that, so.
In the past.
In the past, so there was. Written in that it's a buyout, it's like. 200 something a month. And it's a part of the personnel policy. It's in the budget. I don't
Yeah.
know that, I don't think it's ever, I think before it went. With Phil's first few times, it went before the select board because it was something
different.
Owen started that.
And we modified it over several years.
Yeah, but it was something Owen started that wasn't really.
Is this,
Yeah.
Closure, or, it was kind of one of those mess up things.
is this more of an executive session?
Well, it's all public information.
But it was documented. It was documented.
So it's
Somewhere in
not
the first,
It's not something we would do. Or. For future employees.
Well, it's in there, if they're here 5 years, then, I mean, it's in the personnel
Yeah.
policy.
No, but I think there was a discussion that we would fix that so that,
Right. So it
Because-
wouldn't happen then.
Right.
Yeah.
right,
do we even need to take any action here?
no, I don't.
I
think so.
don't think so. I think we just need to abide by the personnel policy. I think part of the issue is that we no longer have a town administrator. We have split duties, and this specifically says the town administrator is the one that reviews the documents and does the. So we just need to authorize the clerk to review the documents and start the motion. Does that make sense?
But in this case, there
There's
are
no
no
documents.
documents.
Yeah.
Documents very good for this one.
Well, there is,
It was really more like an agreement to. Take care of past errors, I think. More than,
If I had if my husband had health insurance. Like Barbara Black, her husband covered her for health insurance. So she didn't take health insurance through the town, so she received. A buyout,
right,
50% of what the town would have paid. And she had to prove that Skip had her covered.
right,
So that would be the kind of
Right.
paperwork that you would need to prove.
but you
that.
don't have that.
I remember an agreement. I can't imagine we didn't document it.
oh. Yeah, here's the gotcha. The select board reserves the right to change the plan and or the insurer at any time for any reason. So
But that's the health insurance plan,
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Change the plan.
like we could decide rather than going with what maybe municipal, is that what we go through?
Yeah,
You could change it to. No, Harvard Pilgrim,
Or change from our good plan to the.
to a less expensive, yeah.
When does this take effect? When does it happen? Does anybody know of that?
When does the bio get
When the
paid?
health
Yeah.
insurance,
Yeah, when do we need to?
No, when do we typically pay the bio?
Mhm.
once a month, it's a payment once a month.
But the amount has to be determined at some
At
point
the
in
beginning of the
year.
year, when you know what the new,
So it's July.
no, January 1st is
January
their
1st.
insurance. When the insurance amount changes, it changes the whole formula, because
Okay.
you're basing it on a different number. And it's based on the single premium, or 90% of the single premium which the town pays.
Right.
And then you throw in John made a really nice complicated formula for it.
Well, I don't have, I'm not.
Are we
privy to
sure
that.
we got the most recent personnel policy there?
I think so. I'm just not sure if it's complete. We've got one page of it is what we have.
Did you get it last month?
Yeah,
So if nothing happens, it continues on the way.
The way it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll take no action, let it continue on the way it is. Cause I don't think we have enough information to change it or to alter
nothing's,
it.
I mean, it's been that way for a few years and it's just part of the budget.
Yeah,
I don't know.
okay.
Why is it on the agenda?
I don't know.
None of us know. It just crept in. I suspect it was on a previous February agenda and it popped into this one, would be my guess. Got a head nod on that, so. Okay, I think we beat that dead horse.
Yeah.
You're good, we're good. All right. Okay, the warrant for the special town meeting. And Sandra, you are on, aren't you?
You're up there.
There we go. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just audience. I mean, I gave you a draft and said, do whatever you think is best.
yeah, yeah, but I only have one question on it but
Okay.
I don't think it impacts what we need to put out. And I think we can approve the draft warrant that you created. The question I've got is, and this, this describes that we'll stagger the 3 people that are elected. If this passes, 3 people will be elected in June. And their term limits, their terms will be staggered, so that 2 of them will be for 3 years and 1 of them will be for 2 years, correct?
Right, and if you put them side by side with who else is on the board, that will be no more than 2 people anytime that you come up for election.
Okay. And that is spelled out in the warrant article, which I think it needed to be. The other piece, though, is when we actually put this on the ballot and people take out papers for the position, there are 2 ways, actually there's 3 ways, but there's 2 primary ways that they can do that. One, we can have a seat A, a seat B, and a seat C, each one of them with from 26 to 20, one of them 26 to 29, one of them 26 to 29, and the other one 26 to 28. So that when you put your name in the hat, you're signing up for which one of those you're signing up for. And then on the ballot, it has 3 different positions to fill, so you have 3 different names. The other way is that you just say all 3 of these people are 5 or 6 or 10, and the top 3 will take the positions, and what terms they're elected to would be determined at a later date. That's the part I don't understand how we're going to orchestrate.
I think the second way would require another more modifications.
John, I didn't follow what you were saying.
I think the second method that Jeff mentioned would require additional modifications to our ordinance. But I didn't see this until this afternoon, about an hour ago. And I have concerns that time-wise, this isn't gonna work. Because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Hannah or Terry, when you take out your paper, not even submit it, take it out, you have to indicate which seat you're running for. Now, maybe you can run for both.
Well, but then what do
I
the
think this
voters
needs,
do?
huh? I think this needs a little more research, maybe with MMA. Because I'm afraid we're gonna trip ourselves up here, date wise.
I think,
Yeah,
that's exactly the crux of my question. But I think you can do it both ways. I think when people take them out, you can, several towns, I haven't checked with MMA yet, but I have checked with other towns. Some towns just do, we're filling 2 seats. We got 5 people running, the top 2 fill those 2 seats.
Yeah,
That's
but
pretty easy.
that may be in their ordinance.
Yeah,
See, because they're all natural 3s. So anybody who went to a 5 had to enact something to do it, either an ordinance or a charter or something. It just didn't happen. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just feel like it needs a little more research. I'm not opposed to it at all. Matter of fact, I'm in favor of it. But I just don't want us to get tripped up and have an argument about who's got what seat. If that is even a problem.
yeah, and I guess the real issue is that we have to publish this. We have to publish the warrant articles 7 days prior to the town meeting where we vote on it, and that's gonna be March.
March 3rd.
No, March 10th.
Well, the meeting is March 10th.
Right, so the 3rd,
So back 7 days before that is March 3rd. I don't know
Yeah,
what day of the
the
week
third.
that is.
yeah, so
Tuesday.
I think. Now, we can do like we have done in the past, and we can publish it as a draft. Warrant article or
Mhm.
warrant. And then that gives us time prior to the 10th to make the modifications we need to do. Before the 10th.
Well, when are papers available? That's
30,
coming right up.
Yeah, that's
Huh?
April, first week of April.
Oh, it's that late?
Papers are due March 2nd,
Right.
are available March 2nd.
They're available. Mark.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. I think the paper that you take out has to designate what you're running for. Whether it's dog catcher, selectman 1 year, or selectman 2 year.
What if you're all just running for select person and the 2 highest votes get the 3-year slots and the next highest gets the 2-year?
Yeah, but we have no basis for that. Our ordinance doesn't say that.
Well, you have time to, what does it take to adjust the ordinance?
A town meeting.
And that's what this is. This is a town meeting to adjust the ordinance. That's exactly what this is.
I think there's a way around it. I just think it needs, and maybe it's fine, but I think it needs some consultation with either MMA or Kristen. MMA should be able to help us on this one.
Yeah, MMA should be able to answer this. Yeah, and I checked with 2 towns that have 5 members. They don't remember what all they know is what they do now. They don't remember what they did when they phased it in, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about our ordinance, what ordinance is that?
We don't really
Yeah,
have.
we don't really have an ordinance that covers this.
Well,
Well, we have an
amended.
we did vote to go to an elected as opposed to the traditional way of just
Correct.
electing off the floor.
But do you suppose that some people that are running might say, I want to run for 2 years, not for 3?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah,
Couldn't it
A
just,
lot of people, and
Oh,
this
what
is
did
what,
do?
this is why I'm glad there's no 1 year in there. A lot of people want to run for 1 year and raise heck
Right,
about
and
one issue,
that's,
and then,
that's why I didn't draft it that way. Everybody would
yeah,
serve at least two.
right. Uh, So I was happy to see that this afternoon, but I just feel like I just saw this an hour ago. And I don't
John,
know.
I haven't been sending stuff to you because I didn't know your health situation and whether it would bother you.
No, send away. If it comes
Okay,
back, if I don't get it, I'll be dead.
I don't recommend, I don't want that result. So we don't really have an ordinance? This ordinance we're talking about amending doesn't exist?
no, we really don't have an ordinance, and we're not a charter town. What we have is warrants from town meetings that give us the guidance for this kind of stuff.
And we have a vote
Correct.
putting us on a referendum style election as opposed to the default traditional elected off the floor at town meeting.
All right, so if you do it by warrant, can we add a warrant article?
And might be able to weave it right into the existing one.
Yeah, yeah. And so
The existing what? You just got through saying it doesn't
The
exist.
existing warrant. Although the
one-
dates are
the
wrong.
draft-
The
You mean the
dates
draft warrant we're talking about?
Yeah,
Yes.
but I think
I
the
think
dates
that
are wrong.
might be an excellent way to do it.
But the problem is, I don't think the dates work because the papers are due out when?
They're available
Yeah,
the 2nd of March.
and this is, and when do we have to have the warrant finalized by?
Well, the 10th.
Do they have to be available on March 2nd? Can't we wait until now?
We can pick 'em up.
Is that a state law?
I think they gotta be available.
yes, they do.
They can pick them up
Right,
whenever.
but if we go with the top votes get 3 and next lower gets 2,
I think we can sit here
then
for
we
the next,
don't have to, then the papers, for nomination there's nothing more they need to say.
yeah. I think we can sit here for the next 6 hours and not come up
I'd
with
rather
anything
not.
definitive. I think we should table this and talk to MMA right away to try to help us craft something that gets us where we want to get.
So,
Matter of fact, I'll make that a motion.
well, before you do, does anybody have any other issues with it? With the
No,
draft?
that's the only issue
warrant,
I
et
have,
cetera.
is trying to figure out how we actually put it on the ballot. And how they take their papers out.
Mhm. Okay, but that's the same issue.
Right. And we can publish this, we can actually do this now, just the way it is, as long as we label it as a draft. And then
okay.
as soon as we have resolved it, but we have to get it resolved within the next couple days, right? And so the words that we are going to put into it have to be decided before Monday, when papers can be picked up. So that we can give the proper instruction to people picking up the papers.
So we need to contact MMA.
Don't have the comment.
Yes, ma'am.
Could we not just tell people that are taking out papers, there are 2 3-year terms and 1 2-year, and are you willing to run for either one of those?
Yeah,
But we
like,
don't
we
know.
don't know the answer to that. We don't know the answer.
We don't know that. We haven't voted on that.
We'll have to ask MMA, how specific we have to be, and we may have to be very specific. That when they take the paper, they have to say, I'm running for seat A, seat B, or seat C.
What if they all run for the 2-year slot?
They could, They
Yes,
could.
they certainly could.
Only one would get elected, but only one would get elected.
right.
Well, this is not how we want, it's not the position we want to be in.
That's right. Yeah, because, see, and the other part of this is how do you put that? Does everybody vote for three people? Or do they vote for one person for A, one person for B, one person for C? And you gotta put the names that are eligible on, that they've taken it out for. So it's more than just a philosophical, it's a practical, how do you do it, issue.
Yep.
So,
All right, I got a motion.
yeah, but it hasn't gotten a second yet, I don't think, so.
So right now, we're looking at two years?
Two, no,
No, 3 years.
No.
2, 3,
2 3s
and
and
1, 2.
1 2.
And
Why
two,
can't you-
yes,
No, 2.
Have three,
Two.
3 years?
2, 3 years, the one that's expiring. And an additional one, and then adding one to the 2 year.
No, but I'm not saying about the vote, but overall, when we have a 5-member board, it's gonna be how many 3 year and how many 2 year?
Well, they'll all
They'll
be
be-
3.
Oh,
The
okay.
first time you have to stagger them to get, so that you don't have
right.
3 people every 3 years. And then,
So the first year this is in effect, you'll have 2 people with 3-year terms, 2 people with 2-year terms, and 1 person with a 1-year term.
correct,
Or that at least is the objective.
Well, the 1 year term is the balance of a 3 year term, though.
Right,
yes, yeah, so once it runs its course, it'll end up being 3 years for everybody.
Right,
But
once,
we gotta get there first, so.
right. It'll take a couple years. But every time anybody cycles off, their replacement will be for 3 years.
No, the replacement would be for the term. That if somebody left early,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
so
Right.
and
say
then
I
But
ran for
assuming-
3 years and I quit
Yeah.
at the 2.5, my replacement would be for 6 months.
Right, but then
Yeah.
in 6 months, we'd
Yes,
be
yes.
electing.
I'm not in second.
Okay, let's move on. John's motion died without a second. I would make a motion that we approve the existing publishing of the existing warrant articles as a draft. And then between now and Monday, we figure out what we tell the people who are taking it out, and how we change the articles prior to the 10th.
I'll second that.
Well, it's not exactly what we tell them, it's what we give them.
Well, yeah. Any further discussion? All those in favor, John?
Uh, I'm opposed.
Okay, Sue,
Yes, yeah.
Jeff, yes. Okay, so we're gonna put this out there and we can go ahead and publish it and post it as a draft. And then we have to run very fast like rabbits tomorrow and Friday to figure out how we're gonna change it and what we're gonna give and tell the people who are applying. And
Right.
when do papers have to be in? They can be taken out, but don't they have to be in 60 days prior? April 10th. So, okay.
Is the date.
It's in the description, I think. Let's see.
The other thing I want to say about this is a significant change to how the town does business. And it's going to have long lasting effects. So come March 10th, at the special town meeting in the middle of the winter, I hope that a whole lot of people show up to vote one way or the other on this. Cause I think besides the change we made last or 2 years ago, to how we elect them, I think this is probably one of the more significant changes we've made in the town in quite a while.
Well, I also think it's gonna slow things down
Oh, I don't disagree. Go
because
ahead.
it's hard enough,
Go ahead, John.
it's hard enough to get 2 people together for a special meeting, never mind 3. So,
Yeah,
I just had a question for process or protocol. From what I'm interpreting, you're going to establish the warrant. The warrant will be released on March 3rd.
and the warrant has to be released by March 3rd, but we're gonna release it as is,
Yes,
right now, tomorrow,
okay,
as a draft.
as a draft. And anyone who's interested in becoming or running for that position, how do they see it and how do they get their hands on it and then what do they do?
Okay, so it hasn't been decided yet, so.
Okay.
So then on March 10th, we have the special town meeting where the town votes to approve or disapprove going to 5 members. Okay. And once they approve it, then people can be put on the ballot for all 3 positions.
Okay,
And on Tuesday, they can come in and get the paperwork to run for office.
On Monday,
I mean, on Monday, right, this coming Monday.
yes.
And then a month later, they have to turn those papers in with signatures on them.
oh, so they basically have to go out and actually
Yes.
get, how many signatures are required?
Remember the number?
At least 25, but not more than 100.
Get 26 or 27.
Yeah.
I was doing a few extra, because sometimes people think they're registered.
And they're not.
And
Maybe go to 30, 35. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
you wanted to know the date they need to be filed. I wrote April 9, but somebody should check me because I never know whether you count the day of the election as one of the days or start with the day before. So I started with the day before. And
Day
if that's
before
not
is-
how you do it, you need to tweak it.
Yeah, day before is day 1, is 1 day prior, so.
I think Anna already has the dates.
Yeah.
I
And
got
it should be April 9.
That Friday.
Yeah, remember there's 31 days in March, so.
Yes, I did count.
We'll reconfirm.
Pretty sure.
I think you're right.
Cause we don't. Yeah, cause she caught me the first time I got wrong and I was like, oh, shoot. But I'll count it again.
Okay, moving right along.
Yeah.
And I'll contact MMA tomorrow and see if I can get some resolution to this. Okay, we have 5 minutes. So. Is there anything else we need to do for the select board meeting? Donations, do we have?
Did we have any donations? Yeah, but I was gonna put them on the actual. The 10th meeting, the
Okay.
actual select board meeting.
Yeah.
It's a select board meeting.
Yeah. We got a couple minutes.
Yeah. If
So you don't have them.
They're up. in there.
We'll put it on the next meeting.
Tomorrow?
Not tomorrow. Tomorrow's
Tomorrow's
strictly
budget. Okay. For the 10th.
Okay. And do we have warrants to start? Any warrants to sign?
No, right now.
Okay. Then I think that's all we're gonna do. Unless anybody else has, last chance. Going, gone. Without objection, we are adjourned. Thank you, John.